welcome to the Quiet Taste Podcast. We are back. It's your boy Tech Daddy.
It's Queen Bee.
And we got Michelle and Ben, who still don't have nicknames.
I mean, I'm Mish.
Okay, yeah, Mish, that's true. And Ben.
I carpooled and I don't want to talk about it.
I'm never asking you to carpool ever again.
Yes, you are. You don't want to drive all the way over here again. Like, you have found the passenger princess
That's true.
ability now, and it's with Ben.
I just have to put up with Ben.
Somebody's trapped in this car with somebody, and I'm just here chilling. So I'm happy to be not part of that. It sounds terrible.
Yeah.
Sounds terrible. Well, anyways, the Required Taste Podcast. We are, if you're new, history, mystery, which is today, music, eventually, and we talk about a little everything really, but we try to take to a few different topics. If you're new, thanks for checking us out. We appreciate it. Give us a follow, and on your favorite social medias, give it a like on your favorite listening device. Share it with your friends and your family if your family likes cursing and poor humor and some historical facts.
I wouldn't say poor humor.
I mean, it's kind of toilet humor, dude.
Depends on who you're
It can
at.
still be good humor.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Family Guy's made it this far. So, yeah, I'll take that. Anywho, if you're a retarded listener, thanks for sticking with us. We appreciate your support. Hope you got doing great today. Hope you drank some water. Hope nobody fucked with you. And if they did, I hope you fucked with them back. Choose violence tomorrow morning. That's my advice. Anyways, your butt was great. And as usual, you get 4 hit kisses. Indeed.
That was me and Mish.
Yeah, that came from the heart.
Yeah.
And not Ben.
I can suck my white ass.
As DJ so eloquently said in our group chat, he can make that happen. He can make that happen.
Incredible.
The people can suck my white ass before they get forehead kisses.
God.
What did John say? It would be like a broom giving you forehead kisses.
Yeah, like getting 4 hit kisses from a broom.
Oh, I thought DJ said that.
No, it was John.
Oh, okay.
Well, we might have all said it at some point. Honestly.
Yeah.
He walked and tripped over.
Oh, there it is. A broom was involved in both sides of this conversation.
Glad to know where I stand.
Or sit,
Yeah.
really.
Or sweep.
Mainly, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go missing.
You know what's really bad? We did not come up with a question before we started recording.
Oh,
You're right.
We
We
did it.
did not.
Oh, no.
Oh, this is awkward.
Well,
DJ.
if you could, I'll feel this one. If you could not carpool with one person,
Hey,
entire planet,
No.
who would that be?
listen here.
Dude, all right, you know what? I will jump on this topic,
Okay.
though. Not as far as who, but what. So when you're carpooling with somebody, what's the one thing that just drives you fucking nuts?
Ooh.
Oh, like road
somebody
trip.
will do on a road trip. Yeah, like
Pet
what?
peeves.
I
Like,
might
yeah.
have to give an essay answer for
Oh,
this. Come
fuck,
to me
all right,
last.
Someone opening a bag of beef jerky in the car with all the windows rolled up.
Okay.
Bro, what?
Smells like farts. It smells like ass. Like, I love beef jerky, don't get me
Sure,
wrong, but
yeah.
like it does not smell good when you're trapped in a car with it.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean,
Okay,
yes.
sure. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. What you got, Mish?
Ooh, I don't know. Honestly, for me, if I'm driving, someone touches my radio, you just don't touch
Yeah.
the radio.
Yeah.
Like
That's a
you're
call
in
to
my
violence.
car, you're listening to my music, and we're gonna jam. I'm sorry, it doesn't matter what it is. It's
Yep.
my music.
I hate when people will like play like 10 seconds of a song and
Bruh.
then like change it.
Yeah.
And then 10 seconds of the next song and then change it. And I'm like, fucking pick a song and leave it, please.
Yeah, like when people do power hours of music, and like a lot of our friends do this. Like we'll be drinking, we're hanging out, like, oh, we'll do a power hour of music. It starts to kill me. I think like I know I don't have ADHD or OCD or any of that shit, but I'm starting to get a tick, and that's the
Yeah.
cause of it.
Yeah.
What you got, Ben?
So,
Oh man.
Oh,
You're having fun over there, DJ.
these sons of bitches it's not matching the driver's etiquette. So if their window's up, your window's up.
oh, I see.
Shit like that drives me absolutely nuts. When
Oh, you know what I hate? Kind of similar. is when one person's window is down and it creates like a
The helicopter sound.
vacuum in the
Yeah.
car, and I'm like, roll down another fucking window for the love of God.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, I would say that or somebody talking over the radio. And this might be a me thing, but if I've turned up the radio and you're in my vehicle, it means I'm doing you a favor and I really don't want to talk to you.
That's why you kept turning up the radio.
Climb off the cross. We need the wood.
Oh man, you know my pet peeve is actually the same one as Meech. Like I cannot stand it when people change my music.
Yeah.
Like if I'm driving, you're gonna get what you're gonna get.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
can't say I that would be an answer of mine, but I've never experienced that.
Well, I think it's because you are armed.
That's
typically
possible.
Yeah, bro, you have the flashlight, so you can literally just like flip that out.
Yeah.
Oh, you remember like being kids and our parents would always say like, "Oh, don't turn on like the overhead."
Oh yeah,
like,
it's illegal. They said it was illegal.
Yep.
It's not illegal.
It's not
Why
illegal.
did they lie to us?
They lied to us about so much.
Yeah,
I feel like somebody lied to them.
No,
no.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't
no,
believe
I feel
that.
like it's
Okay,
one
but
of
like,
those.
why did they
one of
all
those
collectively
things-
just decide?
That's why I'm saying I feel like it was something that's handed down to them.
Yeah.
From the invention of the car, so on and so forth throughout the generations.
Someone look that up. Like, we need to figure out
yeah. When did this?
how that started. Also, what's weird is like I've seen this on the internet lately. Is how did all of us in middle school, before the internet was a thing, collectively hear the same rumor that Marilyn Manson had one of his ribs removed so he could suck his own dick?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, it's not true, and it was never true, but like, and there's no like concrete source for it. So like, where did it come from?
Someone just made that shit up.
It's
and
like
just
any,
ran
it's like
with
any
it.
other urban legend.
It's crazy.
Yeah, word of mouth was palpable back then because it was never on TV or anything. It was just
No.
always
what
just.
is that
Yeah.
called? Mimetic? Yeah.
Yeah,
Mimetic,
right.
mimetic behaviors.
Big words.
It's
Yeah.
where meme comes from. It's something that goes through a society quickly.
Well, you just learned something today.
Nice.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
not-
it.
I'm not all yelling.
Have a good night.
Time to wrap it up.
Anyway, the fucking Canadians.
Time to wrap it up.
I'm waiting until the end.
Get the fuck out of my house. That's the podcast, everybody.
You gotta give me like a signal before you yell.
When you see a giant maple leaf and fire, that's your cue.
Bro,
Okay.
Man, you just see the steam coming out of Ben's ears.
I like the
Oh,
Canadian.
dude, that
so
reminded me of a really good cocktail I just had too. Did you have that cocktail
Which
at
one?
the at Tavern on the Lake yesterday?
no,
at
I
Diamond
had, no, I tried it.
Dude, this shit's so fucking good.
She didn't think that there's enough pumpkin in it or something.
Yeah,
I
fair
don't know.
enough.
But it was good.
They have a maple
Pumpkin
pumpkin
in a
old fashioned
cocktail?
at this place on the street, and it's fucking.
But
Sounds kind of gross.
to be
It is
fair,
fucking amazing.
I
be
don't
fair.
like pumpkin.
Oh well,
I
You don't
I'm
don't
not a big pumpkin person
or
either, honestly.
pumpkin-flavored
I don't like
things?
pumpkin or pumpkin flavored. And I'm not the basic bitch.
Okay.
I'm more of like apple cider.
Oh, I love apple cider.
I fuck with apple cider.
Love
Apple cider is clearly the peak drink of fall.
Yep.
It's not pumpkin anything.
not.
I used to
pumpkin
like
spice.
Fuck off,
pumpkin
sauce.
spice, and I still can fuck with pumpkin spice now and again, but it's a little overdone. And like, we went through that phase as a society where everything was pumpkin spice. And
Everything
now
is
You
I'm
say
like,
that like we're
It's still-
done.
yeah,
like,
it's
we're
It's
still
still
in the middle of
going
it.
on.
It's not as bad as it was like
Is it though?
2 years ago.
Is it though?
I don't know. I'm pretty like ingrained in the basic bitch world, so
That's true.
I have a 17-year-old little sister. And I'm gonna tell you some shit about pumpkin.
okay, all right, you win.
I don't know. B, you are engrossed in the basic big society. Like
It's my culture.
it is, dude. Like I love you as a friend, but like
The beer
the
in
fuck.
hand just.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Well, I think that's enough of an icebreaker for me.
Wait.
Oh
I
shit.
will say there's back to the car thing.
Yep.
I also don't like when people are like, oh, you should turn here. Or, oh, do this. Like,
Oh, backseat drivers.
backseat drivers.
That drives me nuts. You know who's like
Drives me
that?
nuts.
My mom is like that.
my mom is like that too. I'm like, bitch, you don't even drive.
Right? I'll be rolling up on a stop sign and I'll start slowing down and she'll be like, stop sign! And I'm like,
Yeah.
no, I'm aware.
I feel like some of that is dying off with the prevalence of GPSs, though.
That's true.
Because
Yeah, I got
for
one
my
right on the
mom.
screen. Like,
well, also the more GPS use that there is, the less people know how the fuck to get around themselves. So they're less inclined to interject.
I've never known how to get anywhere. I get lost so easily.
I believe that.
I'm lost right now. I don't even know where I am.
Upstairs.
Yeah, right in my attic.
Okay.
Hello, Ann.
Yeah, boss, they were pulling a straight Anne Frank on this one. Jeez. Yeah, that's a good point, though. I
We
mean, well,
cannot go a single podcast without talking about the Holocaust
I
at least
swear.
once.
look,
Have you met?
I didn't make the rules.
There's,
We need a board that's like
There's
days
six-
without talking about the Holocaust.
I like that idea.
Yeah, I
But
like that
also,
idea. Yeah,
there's
that's good.
6 million lines of dialogue. You're going to have some stuff to say.
Or it could be like the swear jar, but it's
Yeah,
talk about
every
World
time.
War II.
I'm going
Every time you say-
to buy a boat.
Every time you say Hitler, Nazis, or Anne Frank, you have to put $1 in the.
Fuck.
In the
Yeah.
Holocaust
Oh, there's
jar.
your required taste funds.
We have to donate to some kind of charity. It's gonna be a good charity.
Oh man.
Ah, yes, required taste, giving back to the community. One Jew joke at a time.
Donate
Which,
to the
which
Holocaust
community?
Museum.
Not the Jewish one.
That's the question I have. Which community?
And we're canceled.
Oh no.
We made it so
If we
minutes.
haven't been canceled
the
by
fuck
now.
we are. If it goes out on you and not me, I am gonna fucking riot.
I don't believe in cancel culture, so
Yeah.
kiss my ass.
I think Ben wants to cancel us at some point. Like when we're ready to
I
wrap
I don't.
this up in however many years, Ben wants to go out with a bang.
I mean, I don't want to as much as I do want to run for office one day and have this be a problem.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would vote for you.
Guess who's walking?
You want to say you rode with him, dude? Like you have a whole half an hour car ride back.
Oh, that's true. He's already mad at me for one reason or another. Might as well go all out.
I guess. But you ain't staying here, so fucking figure it out. Oh man.
But
The fuck were we here for?
Apparently to fucking bash on Brandy, so the usual.
That security.
Always me.
That security blanket ain't doing shit for you.
it's always someone.
It's always her.
Always me.
or if John was here, it'd be John.
Accurate.
This is true.
Yeah, there's a pecking order.
Yep.
So
This is true.
Can we
Golden
bring
retriever
John on
boy.
next time? Because I'm tired.
well, the boy's been like gone in the wilderness
He
for the
has.
past few weeks. I don't even know where the fuck he's at.
Yeah.
He died
got
after
lost.
Sense and Leslie's wedding.
He's in.
Oh, he was definitely not feeling well
Yeah.
after that. I think he got
There's-
the
there's-
COVID.
I
There was
heard he
that, and
went
then he
to
left.
Jamaica to learn how to sell seashells on the seashore.
I don't know why I just picture John with dreads, but it is not okay.
Add it.
Oh, Puerto Rican John.
Puerto Rican
Let's get some dry
John.
erase markers up here.
Aw. He looks like he's
Did you ever see The Professional? Leon the Professional?
Of course I have.
Remember the crooked DEA agent? The white one with the dreads? That's fucking John! That's fucking John!
Because everywhere we go, people automatically think that he's a fucking cop.
Because he's
Because
got
he
cop
acts like
vibes.
it.
He can't grow a mustache.
He has the most cop vibes of a non-cop.
You right. You right.
He's just still undercover.
Just so bad at it. Hello, youths. I'd like to buy some drugs.
Hello,
He's not
fellow
a cop.
kid. Greetings, fellow kid.
He's not a cop. If he's anything, he's a fed.
Oh, God.
He's not hard enough to be a fed. What do you
That's
mean?
what he wants you to think. Have you ever
John's like secretly the most badass, like ruthless.
have you ever seen how the FBI dress in their off time? They are soft as fuck.
I mean, I guess that makes sense.
Damn.
Oh, the fuds.
It looks like a yacht party without a yacht.
Jeez.
I'm good.
But that's not really his vibe either, though. I mean, he's soft, but he's not that kind of soft.
I'm not saying he's soft.
I never went that far.
Yeah.
I think he's soft in a good way. He's good soft.
I feel like we're bullying him without him being here.
Oh, we love
Little
you, John. We're not bullying
I mean,
you,
we bullies
swear.
him to his face.
Yeah,
'Cause
but,
we're not
but
cowards.
that's with
Okay.
honor.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, it's not his fault he can't grow facial hair. Silly genetics. I wonder if his brothers have facial hair. He has several brothers.
There's gotta be a donor thing by now.
his family, his brothers have facial hair.
That's fucking funny.
That's funny.
John does not.
That's actually like kind of sad.
Smooth. Yeah, it'll be fine. Well, for the rest of us that went through puberty, so we get started.
Why, yes.
All right, so today we're back with another spooky episode. I am here again for the vibes because I didn't study this, mainly because I want to go to sleep fine at night. This shit kind of freaks me out a little bit, not gonna hold y'all up. And I enjoy my sleep a lot. I also live alone in the woods, so
is-
That's fair.
It is fucked
that
up.
makes sense.
And what it does to your YouTube algorithm is worse.
that's why whenever I'm searching something for the podcast, I do it on incognito, dude.
Yeah, that's what I learned is because I went from this to having suggestions of like random visitors to farms in the middle of the night, dark figures.
Yeah, that's why you end up at KKK parties on accident.
Yeah,
God.
no unearthly figures, not hillbillies.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
My algorithm has been fucked for a very long time because I'm a true crime fan. So.
Oh,
Well, yeah.
that'll do it.
a double X chromosome strikes again.
You're not wrong.
I know it's a demographic.
I don't
really is.
do the true crime though. I'm the oddball. I like some of it, but not like that. I'm more conspiracy theory, monsters, aliens, stuff like that.
Sure,
I like
sure.
all of it, honestly. I'm not picky.
Yeah, again, I like my sleep more than most people. I'm not fucking with that schedule.
I have been like pulling back on the true crime a little bit because it's been like fucking with my mental health slightly.
Fair.
No kidding.
So
What? Getting in the mind of Wayne Gacy isn't good for you?
I'm also like, I don't trust like anyone. Like if I meet someone, I'm like, you're a fucking serial killer.
That's bad.
Do you actually whisper it like that, or is it an inside
That's what's
thought?
happening in my head.
Okay.
Well, I feel like the invent of online dating has really made that even worse.
Dude, it's sketchy as hell.
It has to be.
I hate it.
It really has to be.
I hate it.
You like me? Why? What's your angle?
Yeah.
Dude, that's me with anybody, so I get it. Like, what do you want from me?
Yep.
You're gonna chop
Oh,
me into
God.
pieces, aren't you?
I gotta tell you a story when we're not recording.
Oh, that's,
Aftertaste.
Patreon?
Yeah, aftertaste.
yeah, we're gonna need that aftertaste.
Yeah, we could do that.
We're gonna have to do that aftertaste.
We could do that.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I didn't mention that either. So yes, Required Taste. We have our Patreon aftertaste.
Yep.
We do have some questionable material,
Uncensored material.
uncensored material.
Uh,
I don't feel like that changed anything about his statement.
I mean, yeah. It's a little bit more intense than
It's a bit
our,
fucking raunchy.
Okay.
than our family friendly show.
So I'm gonna get my dollar's worth. Is what you're saying?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
it's
definitely
only
getting
$1
$1
to give
worth.
us a chance.
Yeah.
We have what, 5, 6 episodes?
Yeah, 6, I think.
6?
Or yeah.
We're
At least-
about
at
to do
least
another one
6.
this week. So
And
if
we're-
you are listening to this,
Yeah, there's one coming up soon.
there's me. Actually, this episode will air after that. So
Okay, so there's a new one out right now. Go
yeah,
check it
go
out.
listen. Yeah, go listen.
Go listen to it.
Ben's gonna be on
Well,
it.
they could be listening to this at any time in the future anyway. So
Yeah,
just
that's
always say
accurate as
go.
well. A lot of people are day one people, though. I've noticed. Like a lot of people that listen to our podcast are like right when it
listen.
Tune in
drops,
immediately.
like
yeah.
right when it hits,
I send it to my little group each time.
and we appreciate
Yeah,
that.
so
Hell yeah.
it's the day.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure.
Yeah, our
I'm sure I'm
listeners
not alone
are way up right now too. So if anybody's been out there sharing us a lot, we appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so
Hell
much.
yeah.
Hit us
Good
up
job.
on social media. Let us know who you are.
Cheers to all of our awesome listeners who share us.
I will cheers mentally for that. Indeed.
There we go. That was our cheers.
Yeah, that was
It was a magnanimous cheers.
it was
Felt like I was watching Shawshank Redemption all over
Rousing.
again.
if you will.
Oh my god.
all right. Let's dive into this because we're at like 19 minutes in. We have not talked about
wasn't a
shit
bad
for the topic.
thing.
Oh man.
Shawshank's great.
Okay,
All right. Wait, is this one still coming out during spooky season?
this comes out on Tuesday. So yeah,
Okay. Yeah. So
I think
happy
Tuesday, so-
spooky season,
yeah.
everybody. We've got another spooky topic for you.
Mm-hmm.
If you listened to our last Missing 411 episode, me and Ben kind of just like glazed over the general
A
topic.
primer.
Yeah.
The
of
criteria and
missing
what forth.
411. Yeah, we
For whatnot.
mentioned a few specific cases. We didn't really get into detail. So today, that's what we're going to be doing is we each picked a case that we're going to be like really diving into a little bit. But there are 3 of us that have to talk about it. So we're not going to get that deep into it.
I am. You're in here with me.
Ben is really excited to talk shit about Canada.
I get it.
Much. So much.
Leave Canada alone.
No.
Yeah. So, Ben, do you want to remind us of some of the criteria of missing 411?
Oh, you're just gonna drop this shit on me?
Yeah.
What was it? Near bodies of water, berry bushes.
National parks
Well,
a lot
yeah.
of the time.
Yeah, national parks or near, but usually in the national park.
Yep.
The disappearances are generally sudden or they're by themselves.
Yep.
A lot of little children.
A lot
Yeah,
of children,
a lot of
of elderly people, like ages,
Yeah.
all different ages.
Not much middle ground. There is, but not much.
People with a lot of like experience in the wilderness, outdoors experience, and people with no experience.
Somebody tacked on that there's a lot of Germanic
Yeah, that was mentioned.
heredity.
For
Well,
some
the
reason.
Germans do
heritage.
have a habit of walking
That's true. Yeah.
Disappearing.
But like if you're
to
gonna
Argentina.
hike,
Put it in a jar.
Literally.
yeah,
Dollar
Dollar in the jar.
But seriously though, like it is actually like a thing. Like the German people do love hiking, so
Yeah.
like a lot.
so that makes sense. And a lot of it is mysterious circumstances. So it's like there are things that don't add up about their disappearance. There's questionable evidence. A lot of the time, it's like they have been searched for in a specific area, and then searchers go back to that same area where they didn't find anything, and then they find something.
No. Or find them where there's no earthly reason that they
Correct.
should be.
Like
Or
halfway up
or
the side
could
of a
be.
mountain. High elevation
Yeah.
is another kind of criteria. Scent dogs often have a hard time finding or tracking these people. Severe weather usually contributes to an inability to search.
And before it,
And
if I
yeah,
remember correctly.
yeah, there's a lot of very kind of similar things about a lot of these cases. So
Yeah, we need to hurry. Michelle's almost done with her Michelob Ultra. This episode brought to you by
95 calories. Yeah, seriously.
I got bills and expensive habits.
If anybody wants to sponsor us,
We haven't done a sponsor yet. Like we
haven't.
we get radio play.
nobody wants to sponsor us.
Put your name out there.
Yeah. If you want to sponsor us, hit us up. We're here.
We will give you shout outs
We will give you a shout out.
and social media stuff.
Brought to you by Blue Chew.
It's going to be the Raccoon Clan of America.
Oh my God.
Dude, I legitimately thought about making that shirt today. I'm not even kidding. Like I thought about
do it.
ChatGPT. Like, what can you come up with
I
for
don't
this
think it will.
bullshit?
ChatGPT will tell you no.
Wow.
I'll
Like-
find out for
I
us right
can
now.
word it right. I can word it properly.
Okay.
I have enough words in my vernacular to figure this one out. Like it's doable.
Okay.
Oh, Ben's already on it.
Oh, hell yeah. Brandy, go.
Jesus. All right. I'm going to be in the middle of this very sad and upsetting story, and Ben is going to come up with a picture of raccoons wearing KKK hoods.
Oh no.
Okay. So I'm talking today about Dennis Martin. Dennis Martin is one of the most famous missing 411 cases. He's kind of like the quintessential when you think of a missing 411 case.
Here we go.
ChatGPT's got no balls.
Wait, let me see.
Oh yeah, it blinds them.
It's got no
Yeah,
balls.
you're like going to not be allowed to use Chat GPT anymore.
I don't give a shit.
Are you responding?
Oh no, I'm gonna make a different one. I'm
Okay.
listening.
Are you?
Yes, Dennis, whatever.
This is a missing child, Aaron.
See, garbage. Continue.
Rip.
God damn it.
All right, I'm gonna mess with this later.
Okay, okay.
We're gonna circle back to that.
Yeah, we're doing a podcast.
I
here.
am paying attention to you.
Come on. Okay. Dennis Martin. So it's one of the most well-known cases of missing 411. He was a little child. He was only 6 years old when he disappeared. He was pretty small for his age. He was 4 feet tall. He only weighed about 55 pounds. He was on a hiking, camping trip for Father's Day, in Father's Day of 1969, with his father and his brother. They decided to spend Father's Day having a family camping trip in the Great Smoky Mountains in Tennessee. And their campsite was near Spence Field, which is a highland meadow near the Appalachian Trail, which we all know how sketchy the Appalachian Mountains can be with stuff like this.
Yep. Very,
Like spooky.
very
stuff.
spooky.
Yeah.
Very cool, but very spooky.
Very cool. There's so much cool like Appalachian Mountains stories and legends and shit like that. It's a great rabbit hole to
I
follow.
think those mountains are the oldest part of our country.
They are.
If
Yeah.
I forget exactly how it all boils down, but yeah, they're like one of the oldest things on this planet.
Correct. Yeah. That's like a true thing.
Yeah.
So, like I said, Dennis Martin, he was on a family camping trip with his father, his grandfather, and his older brother. They had hiked from Cades Cove to Spence Field, which is it's an area that's commonly used by hikers and campers. Another family, the Key family, they were also at the site. Their children were all kind of playing together. They had kids that were kind of the same age. So their children were playing with Dennis and his brother. They were playing hide and seek, supposedly. There was kind of a ridge where these kids were playing on top of. And if they went a little bit farther, they would kind of be on the other side of this ridge away from the campsite where the parents couldn't see them, which seemed fine because it was kind of a wide open space. It was a very well-known area with a lot of campers. It was a very commonly used campsite. These kids were not far away from them either. They were like less than like 100 yards away at all times. Like they were in the area. So it didn't really seemed like a sketchy situation to the parents. They weren't really worried about their kids going over this ridge. So, according to the other kids that were with Dennis, he decided to hide behind a berry bush, and he was intending to kind of jump out and scare the adults when they come to go look for him. Unfortunately, he never emerged from his hiding spot. So the kids were on the other side of this ridge. He hides, gonna wait for the adults to come look for him. He never comes back.
He just disappears.
He just disappears.
Damn bush.
Right?
It's a berry boogeyman.
The berry vortex.
Something.
Yeah.
It's Willy Wonka. He's up to his old shenanigans again.
Oh no! I don't know why my first thought was Grover for some reason.
I was going with Muppets the whole time for whatever reason. I was there.
Thanks.
I was there too.
What? How the heck?
Yeah.
Don't
What?
just.
We don't know. We don't know. We're vibing.
Sure.
We're vibing.
Do you guys want some alone time? We can leave.
No,
I mean, you can all leave, really.
don't make me leave with her again.
Don't tip me with a good time.
All right. So, the initial search and investigation, which there's a lot of like weird things about the search for Dennis. So his father, his name is William Martin. He noticed that his son was missing literally just like a few minutes later. Because like Dennis goes to hide behind his berry bush and the other kids come up over the ridge and they're like, oh, Dennis is waiting over there. He's trying to scare somebody. So they go looking for him and he's not there. So literally within minutes of him hiding, they went to go look for him and he wasn't there. Which again, this is a big open area. It's not like he like ran behind a tree or something. It was
Right.
kind of like, So believing that he hadn't gone far, which makes perfect sense, he immediately began searching the nearby area. He was going up and down the trail, thinking that he would stick to the trail. He was yelling for him. He was calling his name. After about an hour of searching without finding him, they alerted park rangers. This was one of the largest search and rescue operations in U.S. history. It involved over 1,400 people, including park rangers, volunteers, Boy Scouts, and even the Green Berets were involved. What?
I remember this.
Do you remember this one? Yeah. Okay, so there's a lot of speculation about the Green Berets, and I'll get into that a little bit more later, but it should be noted that they were training nearby. So a lot of people are like, why were the Green Berets there? That's so weird. That
It's
the
not.
Green Berets.
It's federal land.
Yeah, and also they were nearby already. Yeah. They were doing training exercises, so it kind of makes sense that they would whatever. Anyway. Okay.
Fort Bragg is in North Carolina. It's
Yeah.
not. It's not weird.
Yeah, exactly. So, they used bloodhounds, helicopters, divers to search bodies of water. The search area was combed. 16 days is how long the search lasted. It covered 56 square miles, and they found not a single piece of evidence of this kid.
Did they check the berry bush?
I think they did.
Okay.
The only potential piece of evidence was a set of small footprints found near the west of the Pigeon River, which was about 2 miles from where he disappeared. The footprints looked like little kid footprints. They looked like a child's footprints. They were initially dismissed by authorities because they didn't match the shoes that he was believed to be wearing when he disappeared.
So it's not suspicious that there were just kids' footprints out there.
Well, there were Boy Scouts that were searching for him.
Oh, fair enough. Like,
Yeah, it could have been left. They could have been left.
it's a different missing kid. It's fine. It's not the one we
I was
need.
like, fortunate for the Boy Scouts, the monster in the woods, his appetite was already.
Yeah, he
Already
already had
sated.
one
He
kid.
was already sufficiently.
He was sated.
Yeah, satiated.
Not to like pause your story, but I feel like a lot of these cases, they'll just like, they're so quick to just dismiss shit. There's
They
like,
do.
yeah, whatever.
They do. But like also if you're a true crime fan, that happens with like every case. There's so many times where there's like what seems like a very key piece of evidence and they're like,
Like, nah.
probably not though.
We should talk about JonBenet Ramsey someday.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Don't get me started on JonBenet Ramsey. Okay. All right. Keep on topic. God damn it, Ben. Okay.
You're the one talking.
All right. So perhaps the most controversial and mysterious part of this entire case is the sighting that was reported by the other family that was with them, the Key family. They were in the same area. Their kids were kind of playing together, but they weren't initially aware of his disappearance. I think that they had moved to another area before they realized that Dennis was missing. They were kind of like walking different trails or whatever during the time that the father was like searching for Dennis initially. According to the family, they were in the Rowans Creek area, which was about 6 miles away, when he went missing. Their son reported seeing, quote, a rough-looking man or creature moving through the woods carrying something on its back. Now, a lot of people have speculated that this something was Dennis or was a small child or looked like a small child, but they never actually said that. They just said it was the man or the creature was carrying something. So this occurred shortly after Dennis disappeared. The father, Mr. Key, later stated that the figure appeared to be hiding from view, so like acting kind of sketchy, like trying to hide from them, and was like moving like really quickly, kind of like sneaking around-ish. After they left the park, they reported their sighting to the authorities that were searching for Dennis, which kind of like sparked speculation. But again, the authorities were like, doesn't sound sketchy. Doesn't sound like something we need to be worried about.
Hate that.
So, a lot of these stories, they take place near mountains. They take place in very like rough terrain. The rugged terrain of the Smoky Mountains obviously made searching very difficult. The area is densely forested, steep slopes, rocky ridges, deep creeks. It was very difficult for the searchers, anyone, especially like people that were kind of like average people going and looking for him. Very difficult to look for him.
We ain't seen shit.
Like they close the desert. We ain't found shit.
We found Bigfoot though.
Sam's Ranch.
Sam Splash. I wanted to be Bigfoot so bad.
I know.
It's just fucking sense.
Right?
Just sense stealing kids.
Sense wearing a fur coat.
Just saying. Fucking Griffith Sam's Ranch running around again.
Oh no.
I'm gonna buy sets of fur coat now.
You're gonna cause a stir. All right. So heavy rains also occurred during the first few days of the search, which was another like kind of shitty thing that happened, making it harder for people to look for him. It would washed away potential evidence, tracks, stuff like that. There's also, obviously, it's the Appalachian Mountains. There's black bears. There's mountain lions. There's like all kinds of wildlife. There's coyotes. There's wildlife that could have been potentially a reason for him to disappear. A lot of people kind of speculate, though, that if it was an animal attack, there's usually evidence of an animal attack. There's usually like clothing that's found. There's blood that's found. There's usually remains, bones, stuff like that.
A scream.
Yeah, something.
Something, yeah.
Again, he was 6 years old. Like if he was being attacked by an animal, I'm certain he would be screaming.
Right.
So no one ever heard. Well, there was one person that heard a scream, but they described it as sounding like an adult or like a grown woman. I guess it didn't sound like a little kid's scream.
Let's not investigate that either.
A little boy can sound like a grown woman screaming pretty easily.
I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Pretty
How,
damn easily.
I don't know how
It's like,
reliable the
no,
description
if it was a woman,
is.
Yeah,
she'll be fine.
Yeah,
About this kid.
until puberty, those two things sound very similar.
Like, someone's screaming, oh, it's whatever.
No, fuck it. It's fine. It's not a kid.
You know what? Sounds like they deserved it. Keep going.
It's what she was wearing. It's fine.
But like it was also kind of like
That was a bad joke.
yeah, Aaron, what the hell?
That was a really bad joke.
Smokey the Bear is two types of predators.
Oh Jesus!
I'm right here to make it worse, buddy.
Thank you. Holy shit, that was bad.
See what I mean about Ben's gonna be the one to cancel us?
Get us canceled, not cancel us.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
So you were saying.
Dude, I don't even know. Okay.
My bad.
Yeah, so there was, no signs of a struggle, no clothing, no remains ever found. Some people, this leads them to believe that he was abducted. The sighting, obviously reported by the Key family, think that it could have been a feral person or a wild man or whatever they want to call them, like hermits that live in the woods. They think, again, Bigfoot is a popular theory. Mm-hmm. Sasquatch is a theory. It's a theory.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's led to speculation that it could be a kidnapping because, again, there was no evidence. There was nothing left behind. There was not hide nor hair of this kid ever found. But then there's also no evidence of an abduction either. So we don't really know. The investigators themselves have stated that they don't believe that it's foul play. But, like, I always say that.
Yeah.
Like, is that just me? There was like, it's probably just an accident. Whatever.
When they got nothing else to go on.
A lot of people, yeah, it's true. A lot of people think that, it was something like he fell into a ravine or he was swept away by a river or something like that, which is kind of what I lean toward a little bit because, again, this area is massive. It's massive. It's a huge area. There's so many different places for him to be. There are so many different, like, natural hazards that could have occurred, that could have, like, whatever. That's like kind of what I lean toward, but again, we really don't know. As I mentioned earlier, the Green Berets were like a huge part of this search. A lot of people consider this to be one of the odd elements of the case. They are sometimes called in for wilderness search efforts, but their presence in this case seemed unusually prominent. They were not working with the other search teams, which was kind of weird. Like they were kind of doing their own thing. They weren't working with the authorities. They weren't working with the other search parties. They didn't really want to like cooperate with anybody. They just kind of wanted to like search on their own and do their own thing, which seems kind of weird when the ultimate goal is finding this child. You would think that like collaborative effort would be what they want to do, but
right.
They could have just been like, well, we don't really care that much.
It could have been more, well, these people are going to slow us the fuck
Yeah,
down.
it's
Maybe.
more
That
of a
could be as
we know
well.
better.
Yeah, like, we know more than you. Leave us alone.
Yeah, that
That's
could be.
how you end up in that position.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was trying not to be that guy about it, but yeah.
It's just true.
yeah.
It's
And,
like-
and in a lot of ways, it is accurate too. I mean, they would know better in a lot of ways, but
Yep.
Yeah, like there's like them, Forest Preserve, like people actually work there,
yeah,
and then everybody else.
right.
But still, I get what you're saying.
Another theory is that it was like some sort of a government cover up, because that's always a theory. You know, I
The
don't
government came and took my baby.
yeah. Instead of a dingo ate my baby, the government.
Yep.
The government ate my baby.
Not just the government.
Yeah, like some people say like the Green Berets weren't there because of Dennis. They were there for like another reason. And
Yeah.
Dennis's abduction like was to cover up whatever that other reason was, which seems like a lot to go through to cover up, I don't know, some aliens or
That
something.
is a lot.
I mean-
They're really not that high up on the food chain.
Yeah.
They're not on the Fox Mulder level of things.
Yeah.
And that, I mean, you have Green Berets training in a dense wood in '69
Yeah, exactly.
because there wasn't a war going on in a dense wooded area.
I know, and it's
on the
also-
other side of the
Great
world.
point, because I forgot about the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the first thing. I'm like, oh yeah, they're probably training in the woods because again, it's a dense, very treacherous terrain area, and there wasn't a war going on in the
Right.
same situation on the other side of the world where the trees are fucking talking.
Yeah. Yeah.
People were disappearing in those holes too.
Yeah, but there was poop in those holes.
Yeah, and sticks.
Oh, Jesus.
Anyways,
We gotta get into that right now.
not today. But in the future, we can.
Yeah.
Hashtag poop sticks. Continue.
Yes.
Hashtag poop sticks indeed.
Oh, God. We're gonna get comments on this episode. Hashtag poop stick.
We're gonna get a lot of comments. I've said a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Smokey the Bear's a predator.
Poor Smokey.
If any PSA animal had a van, what's that?
You give me a signal or something.
So he can point the camera toward you.
Here's your signal. If any government PSA animal has a van, it's Smokey the fucking Bear.
You give me riddles. You're not giving me fucking signals.
And people wonder why he's single.
No, they don't.
They really
Wait,
don't.
me or DJ?
Yes. Anyways. Shit. I'm sorry. Please carry on.
Also, I was gonna say, like, what a weird move for the government to cover up something by like kidnapping a child and bringing hundreds of people into the area that they're trying to cover up. Like,
Maybe his middle name was Tower 7.
Jesus. And in 69? That's just.
Okay, continue. I'm
We're
done.
45 minutes into this episode.
that's it. I'm done. That's my story. They never found him. The end.
Damn.
Fair enough.
I bullied Brandy into stop.
Damn it. One of these days, Ben.
Hey, that was
Straight
terrific.
to the moon.
That was
He's gonna kill
terrific.
you on the
That
way
was,
home.
I think so.
it was a great story.
If I go missing,
If both y'all
It's
go
because I
missing, then we
jumped
know.
out of my truck
You
while it
guys
was
know
still
what
moving.
you guys know.
Anywho.
It was a great story, Brandy.
Anyway, thank you. Yes.
Yep.
That was,
and expertly told.
thank you. That was the story of Dennis Martin. They never found him.
Mm-hmm.
Rip.
Damn. Yeah, rip.
Yes.
I feel like a curse just came across his house now.
Wouldn't be the first one. What you got, Beach?
All right. This also involves a small child. Okay, so mine is about Alfred Baleharts, which I actually really like that last name. It's pretty cool.
Bale Hearts. That is cool. That seems like a D&D character or something.
It's given English.
Yeah.
It's given English night.
Yeah.
So
I'm thinking Beowulf. That's what it keeps making me think of.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I can see that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, in July in 1938, so the Baleharts family decided to take a camping trip and deep into the Rocky Mountains. Which, by the way, if you've ever been in the Rocky Mountains, that's just scary. Those mountains are huge, and
Yeah, they
driving
are.
through them is not fun, especially
No.
like in the middle of the night.
Oh my God, it's so scary because like there's literally like the side of you is just a straight drop
Yeah.
down.
Yep. Never again.
I think the name was a clue.
But anyway, so this family, it was a big family. I swear to God.
I know. Isn't he annoying?
There is a viewership spike when I'm on for a reason. Eat it.
Nobody listened to this episode.
As they have to listen to episode to even hear that.
They're going to turn it off right after.
Yeah,
right.
Turn this off right now.
45 minutes in, fuck this.
Okay, so this huge family. They had 10 kids. So kind of hard to keep up with all of them. But okay, so one day they decided to go to this like huge big fishing spot. So they all kind of like got in like this big line and everything, and everyone's like walking, they're all excited to go. And then just kind of in the middle, of them getting there, their 4-year-old boy, Alfred, decided he just goes missing. Like, I don't know if he like wandered off. Nobody really knows what happened with him. Mm-hmm. So he was towards the back of the line too. Why on earth would you have a 4-year-old like with his siblings all the way in the back? Like, it didn't really give me like
the little ones should be in front.
Right.
If you're afraid of bears, it's a terrific tactic.
Oh, okay.
The slow one in the back.
Yeah, which marsupial just lets it go as it run away? Is it a?
Oh God, I don't know.
Yeah, it's one of those pouch ones.
Yeah,
It's not a kangaroo.
Oh, that they just like drop their babies.
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like wombats, I think.
It's one of those motherfuckers.
That might be.
I think it's wombats. They like throw their babies at a predator.
Oh my God, that's so horrible.
Take my kid, not me.
I can make another one.
I can make another one of
Some
these.
people would do that, so.
Oh man,
I mean,
it's a bear, dude. The fuck?
So little boy goes missing, and like everyone starts to notice. The family's kind of like, where the hell did he go? And they're looking for him. They're screaming his name. His siblings are freaking out, but no one could find him. They like checked for hours. So then they finally alerted the authorities, and then they sent out this huge search party. So it ended up going on for 10 days. But so I guess like near them there was a river. So they decided to check near the river. So what they did was they got a dam, they like stopped everything, and they're checking all like the whole area. There's a bunch of people, a huge search party.
Oh, they're like dredging.
And they called it, they were raking the river. So
Okay.
they were trying to see if they could
Dredging,
find them or anything
Wow.
like that. They couldn't find anything. So they're just kind of like really clueless on where this child just randomly disappeared. And like he was by a bunch of people too.
Did they check on the other side of the dam?
I think they checked everywhere.
Maybe they were a little like too late or early on the dam.
Yeah, who knows? So they couldn't find the kid all on their own. I swear to God.
Don't be mad at me because I'm funny.
Did you ask to be on this episode?
Yeah, I'm here for it.
You did this to
Fine.
yourself.
I did.
I did not ask to be on this episode.
The fuck you didn't.
Okay,
All right.
keep going.
Where was I at? Okay, so
Yes, they're dredging the river.
yeah, and the people couldn't find him.
You good?
For those that don't know, DJ's also here.
The boogeyman
Yeah.
almost got him.
About to go out that window.
If I say Smokey the Bear one more time, he's gonna go, shit!
Jeez.
It's like Beetlejuice. That's the problem.
He just like pops his head out of that closet. Only you can prevent forest fire.
Give me a gun.
Only you can prevent forest fires. Get in my van.
Come on, kids. There's a forest fire. Let's go put it out. You want to put out Smokey's fire?
There's an STD joke in there now. Why?
You're welcome.
So you joined us too now. That's cool.
My Smokey the Bear voice.
Yeah. So obviously people couldn't find him, so the search party decided, hey, let's go get some hounds. So they got bloodhounds from, apparently there was like a nearby, like, I don't know if it was like a jail or something. There was something nearby that they had these dogs there for whatever reason. So they get them, and
The Bloodhoundery.
Yeah, something.
The local bloodhoundery.
So
Yep.
It's one of those
Obviously.
it's one of those hipster joints. Very organic. Sell granola too.
Yes, with their $70 hamburgers and no fries.
$5 gasoline.
Don't ask where to get the meat.
So they take the hounds by the river, and immediately the hounds, like, you would think that they're gonna like search that same area where they've all been searching. No, the hounds immediately turn around and go behind them. They catch onto a scent, which they're all assuming it's the boys. So, and this goes in the straight opposite direction.
Like, y'all been wasting your time.
Yeah. So apparently, like, this took them to like a cliff, like a plateau thing, which was like 500 feet back and up, up pretty high for them. So
That
they're kind of like,
happens a lot
right,
in these
a
stories.
lot, a
yes.
lot.
A
Yes,
lot of
it
them.
does.
so, and then the hounds get all the way to the top where the ascent ends, and it's like on this little cliff thing, and they just lay down, like showing like, this is where he was, this is where it's at. So the authorities were like, this can't be right.
Yeah.
Like, that's weird.
Like, how the hell would this kid get up here?
Right. So
Yeah.
then instead of like just kind of like, being like, okay, fuck it, whatever, they decided to grab another set of hounds. And the set of hounds do the same exact thing. They go straight to the same exact spot. So they're like, okay, well, this can't be
Our
coincidental.
dogs are broken.
Yeah. So love bloodhounds, leave them alone.
Shout out to Juno. Your fat ass.
But also too, they're thinking about the cliff. They're like, there's no way this small child could have came all the way up here. There's like no way, like,
Yeah.
that should happen so fast when they go missing that they're just, they're like, what the hell?
Humans also follow the path of least resistance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when you're
What
a child.
reason would a little kid have to like climb up something like
Yeah,
that?
unless they can
If
see
they're-
its house.
If they're lost.
Not climbing.
Right.
Was there, not to get ahead of you if you're talking about this later, but was there any evidence that an animal could have like dragged him up there?
No, the whole thing about like the weird thing about this whole thing is that there was no evidence like for anything. Like there was no trace of him. He just like disappeared.
Same thing
So-
with Dennis.
Yeah, so they got the extra set of hounds, and then there's just no sign of him. So, but here's where it gets a little weird though. So while this search was happening, there is a hiker that reported, which was 6 miles away from where they were at originally, had reported seeing a small child. This hiker decided to take a break and just kind of like was looking around, and they look up and they see the cliff, which is kind of like it's on like the opposite side of where the hounds found the scent.
Like opposite the river?
No, like it's all behind.
Oh, okay.
So the hiker
So like on the
was-
other side of a ridge?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So kind of like where the hounds were at. It's kind of like it was like right over here.
Like the cliff was like this, and the hounds came up. Like the river's over here. The hounds came up here, and then this person was over here.
we're on the opposite side of the ridge.
Yeah. So they happened to look up while they were taking a break, and they said that they saw a small child up there, and they're thinking, how
The fuck?
in the hell
Yeah.
is there just one small child up there? So they're like, what the fuck? So they, alerted someone right away. But while
Like,
they
hey,
were
there's
going,
a baby on this cliff. What the hell?
But here's the thing that gets freaky is while he was about to go alert someone, he heard a scream coming from that child, and it just like he said it looked like something like just yanked it back.
No.
And
That person killed
I
themselves.
fucking hate when that shit happens in like horror movies where like someone's chilling and then they just get yanked.
Yeah,
Ooh, I
and they're
hate
just
it.
gone.
You'll hate it much more when it's real life.
So, bro, Brady's gonna go miss.
I swear to God.
I'm just saying.
Get your location so I can track you.
I'm not yanking her in the cave. I'm talking about her being a
He's gonna
witness.
throw me out a window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm talking about you witnessing it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the kid apparently, got pulled back by something that was up there. So the authorities, they went up there to go check. No sign of anything ever. And they're kind of like, oh,
No
well, but
blood,
they
no.
also dismissed it, leading, thinking, oh, well, it couldn't have been that kid. And they're like, okay, what do
Oh,
you
yeah,
mean?
no, it was a
Like-
different small child on this cliff.
Yeah.
It's not the one we need. Ignore
No.
it. It's fine.
Are you sure it
It's fine.
wasn't a puppy?
right? They're just like, oh, yeah, no, it's not the same child. It's totally different.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Maybe you just saw a
We think
really
there's a
large
McDonald's play
bird.
place up there. He's fine.
Right. So, and like a lot of people think, with a lot of these stories, like, oh, it was a mountain lion or anything like. But again, there would be something.
Yeah. One thing that I've
Oh.
learned about in researching a lot of these cases is there is almost always evidence with an animal attack. Like there's blood, there's torn clothing, there's drag marks, there's remains.
Bare minimum drag marks.
Yes, bare minimum drag marks.
Yeah.
Animal prints.
Even a mountain lion in North America, that's probably the
Correct.
animal that's going to take you out the cleanest and quietest.
And there are
And they still have to drag your little feet.
Right.
yes, and there are people who are like professional animal trackers who can tell, yes, there has been an animal here in the past day, or no, there hasn't. And they're, they bring these people in these cases, and they are like definitively like, no, there was no animal. This was not an animal attack.
Yeah. So there's no sign of this kid. He's just gone. So no one knows what happened to him. So weird. And then there was another one that I was reading up on, which was kind of weird. But what the little girl had said was like, it was super freaky. So her name was Lillian. Her last name starts with a C, like Carly or Carl, something weird. Apparently she was blueberry picking with her family up in like some fields.
Oh, I think I heard this one before.
Yeah, in Maine.
Yeah.
On like the border of Canada. Somewhere around there.
We're getting closer to Canada.
Yeah, and she disappeared. Like she just disappeared out of thin air, had a huge search party looking for her. Eventually 2 days later, she just like popped up out of nowhere. And they're like, where have you been? What's going on? And the thing that freaked me out about the story was she was like, and the whole time, the wooded area and the fields and everything they were at was all gloomy. There was no sunshine. There was nothing. It was rainy.
Yeah, this is weird.
She said that the entire time it was sunny and she had to be quiet wherever she was at. So she called them the tramps wouldn't, come find her and get her or whatever. And I was like, what the hell?
went into a
What does
Stephen
that
King
mean?
universe?
Yeah.
Right? Stephen
Yep.
King gets a lot. He lives in Maine. So all
Right.
of his stuff is like from there. So it's like, I want to go to Maine. Like, I want to see like, what's going on up there.
See, stuff
that's
like
right.
that, stories like that make me think of, and I know it's like a theory or whatever for a lot of these, but stuff like that makes me think of like they're like jumping universes or
Dimensional-
whatever.
Dimensional
yeah.
drift.
They're
Yeah.
like jumping dimensions because a lot of it is like, they disappear without a trace. And it's like, well,
Time to talk about the Mandela effect.
Yeah.
So, Berenstain Bears.
But yeah, that's all I
sex
got.
and the city.
Okay.
That's all I got. Just poor little children.
That's wild. That's like that reminds me of the one we talked about last time where the kid was like, the cows. I was running away from the cows.
cow people.
And it's like, there are no cows. What are you talking about?
That's so weird.
Yeah,
I
and he was
wanna
like in the middle of a
know
swamp.
what they're seeing.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What is it?
I know.
I don't know, but I mean, I used to live in Washington, and I really hated driving back home at night, like from my friend's house, like throughout like the woods and stuff. You feel like something's gonna pop out
Yeah.
at any time and come get you because it's just so dark, and you're like,
It's so spooky.
yeah, oh yeah,
I love that feeling.
oh
Yeah.
I hate it.
I do.
I'm like,
I don't
get me
know why.
home. I'm like
I
driving
love
faster.
that feeling. I love being in the dark. I don't know why.
If I'm like with someone, I'm fine. But if I'm by myself,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I think it's just because it's. I don't know.
I mean, being like a
As
little.
close to returning to nature as we can really get.
It's easier
Aaron?
for Ben to find a claim.
Obviously. Like,
He's just always on the lookout with his flashlight, like
what y'all doing back there with that fire?
scanning the woods.
You making a tea?
Like, y'all having a normal fire or a
My
special one?
My bad. Is
Is that the letter T?
that for tolerance or no?
T for tolerance.
Jeez.
It's still my favorite Reno 911 gag.
All right.
It's your turn.
All right,
it me?
man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
Those
boy.
syrup sucking, leaf humping hockey degenerates to the north.
Here we go.
Those sons of bitches.
This is what the people come for.
So my guy
Damn, he's got a book.
is a man's man, Bart Schleier, renowned wildlife biologist, tracker, and outdoorsman, particularly well known for his expertise in studying large predators such as grizzly bears and Siberian tigers.
Ben just grabbed the microphone and shoved it into his face.
So, he worked on an interagency grizzly bear study group And when he was bored with that, he went to Russia
To go
and
fight the grizzly bears?
no, to tag Siberian tigers.
Oh my God.
So when it came time to tag a cub in a den, which no mortal man should ever return from
No.
alive, he did it.
he
So
came
I
out with the mama bear in like a headlock.
tiger.
Or I'm sorry, tiger.
Yeah, tiger. Yeah, so yeah, this is the guy. This is the guy to like aspire to be.
This is the guy in those old timey pictures of the boxer.
Yes.
Like
Oh,
this
okay.
guy.
Yeah.
If anybody fought a kangaroo, it's this guy.
So what you're telling me is he can grow facial hair,
Oh, without a doubt.
unlike John.
Without it.
Carry on.
So
I'm gonna say I'm bullying John.
I think we all said we.
As a group, yes.
So, oh shit, where did I go? Okay, so yeah, September 4. Bart Schreier went to by float plane. He had and pretty much had to. The nearest road was a 15-mile hike, not walk, but a 15-mile hike from Reed Lake in the Yukon Territory of Canada. And it's the Yukon, known for its remoteness.
Is his full name Bartholomew?
I have no idea.
I would like to know this information.
You have a Google machine.
It's all the way over there.
Anyway, deep in the Yukon Territory, Reed Lakes, set of remote, pristine waters nestled between the lands of the, not going to pronounce it, First Nations, two tribes that have settlements up there, I guess, still. And he was up there for moose hunting because the big
Sure.
carnivores didn't kill me, so we'll try the big omnivore, or the big herbivore. That can gore
Get
you
your
to death.
Arm off the microphone. You're making so much noise. Thank you.
There you go.
Anyway,
I didn't even notice it. I thought it was DJ walking down the stairs.
No,
So-
it's him.
I like to have my arm up. Makes me feel proper. Chartered a float plane to this remote place, and he was.
We're laughing because DJ got a
just
donut.
reappears with a donut.
I mean, of all things he could have reappeared with, it's pretty tame.
It was just
For DJ,
funny.
actually, yeah, that's true. Actually,
I don't know. That was just funny. Okay, sorry. Go, keep going.
This is just Brandy's attempts at interrupting me, and she's not doing. It's just not doing great.
I'm not trying to.
She can't keep up with the master. So he was gonna stay up there for 2 weeks. For 2 weeks, wouldn't be picked up until September 27th, and so he gets dropped off by this pilot. Blah blah. 2 weeks go by. Pilot comes back. And he was dropped off. Oh, I'm sorry. Weather was clear skies whole time he was there with cool air. Temperatures hovered between 26 and 62 degrees Fahrenheit, so day and night. Plenty of sunshine. I mean, it couldn't be better, especially for somebody who knows what they're doing as well. He showed up with 3 Rubbermaid storage crates filled with supplies, one with food, one with clothes, and another with his camping gear. His pack included a tent, sleeping bag, bows and arrows, plural bows, and an inflatable boat for crossing the lake, with enough food for 2 weeks. And
So he was ready.
beyond ready. He knew what he was doing. Like, there's not a more apt person to be there in this situation.
Yeah. He's like out there
So
Ron Swansoning.
So the pilot comes back on the 27th. Comes back. Bart's nowhere to be seen. Campsite looks untouched. Fire pit unused. 2 weeks. Fire pit unused, it appears. And only one meal had been eaten out of all of his food.
So he disappeared like early into his.
Yeah, like that day.
Okay.
Wow.
And his boat was tied off across the lake.
Dang.
From where he was camping, but no sign of him. Absolutely not.
so he ate and left, is what it sounds like.
Yeah.
So he has snack.
Ate, began his activities.
Yeah, so like he
Maybe.
set, up his,
on the boat.
set up his area, ate, got in his boat, went.
Yeah, went,
To
wherever.
wherever.
And yeah, began his activities, and that's where it ends.
Okay.
So the pilot waited a while, hoping Bart might return from the hunt or a hunt, and but hours went by, and he flew back and reported the situation to the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, or the RCMP, or the Mounties. Now, I did not have this opinion before doing this research, but a more useless law enforcement agency does not exist.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
And I think that includes the TSA, and I hate them.
Oh, the TSA?
Yes,
The TSA don't even do anything.
precisely.
Just yell at you.
What?
They just
just yell at you.
They just make your trip more inconvenient.
That's because they're
the
pieces of
only
shit
thing
and
that they do.
belong in the seventh circle of hell. Anyway,
And Mounties are worse.
yes.
Okay.
I'm assuming you're going to 11 hours Y. You're going to get there.
Oh, yes. We're going to get there twice.
Oh,
We're going to get there twice.
a double, you say?
Yes. So where did I leave off there?
People
Flew back,
on
reported the
this
situation to RCMP, and so it was the 27th that he reported it. They showed up the 29th. Now, as much shit as the Canadians like to talk about us and our healthcare system and everything else, at least, and you may have a bad investigator and your missing persons thing and whatnot. At least in the United States of America, with our 300 plus million to their 30 million, we show up with fucking people. They showed up 2 days later with 12 Mounties,
Oh, geez.
12 useless redcoats. And I'm not using that ironically, but redcoats.
They do wear coats, yes.
So could it have been just like the fact that, which happens here in the States all the time, when like a grown man goes missing, especially a grown man that they deem to be like capable, they're like, oh, well, he can go missing if he wants to. Like, sure, we'll search for him a little bit, but we don't, he's a grown man. He's probably fine somewhere.
No, they have a gross habit of this.
Okay.
Oh.
And on their little motto, the logo or the saying is just write it off.
Okay.
That's it. That's the agency you're dealing with.
Okay.
Write it off with no foul play.
Okay.
Where'd I go? Okay, 2 days had passed. Blah, blah, blah. They show up the 29th. They find little more than what the pilot had already observed. Bart's campsite appeared mostly untouched. Boat still across the lake. Again, they noted that the fire hadn't been lit. Only one meal had been eaten. And they suggested that, Bart just walked for no reason whatsoever. That he walked the 15 miles back to the road for some reason.
Okay.
Based on nothing. Based on absolutely nothing.
And what, hitchhiked? What?
Dude's like, I forgot my phone. I
made
gotta go back.
made no calls, made no nothing. Just decided to up and leave like the first day, like got the heebie-jeebies or something. But wait, there's more.
He's like, these woods are creepy.
Ah, yes. Out of all the woods I've seen, these, nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
I don't like the vibe of these woods.
the vibes,
The
they're
vibes
off.
are off.
They're off.
We can't. Nope.
Why?
The stars. Nope.
White girl can't even. I'm out. I'm gonna get some sage, pumpkin spice after this.
Yeah.
Do apologize because my
Need some tea to mellow me
He
out.
left and went to Starbucks.
He needed a Starbies
Yeah, he needs his Starbies.
Starbies.
Yeah.
and his as long as Tarjay.
He's like, I just wrestled an entire alligator or whatever. I need some Starbies.
Right.
Anyway,
There we go. We delayed long enough you to sort this out.
so they just decided that he'd walked 15 miles back to this road. Problem. His backpack aircraft radio. So not like your average walkie-talkie, but a radio meant to get to over, planes flying overhead.
Which is a great idea if you don't want to
Knife.
go missing.
Yeah, knife and bear mace, because bear country. We're still at camp.
Okay.
So walked 15 miles,
Without anything.
all that.
basically the clothed version of naked. As silly as that sounds. So they suck.
Shirt on his back.
So Bart's friends who were there and aiding in the search, Dib Williams, and Wayne Curry did not believe any of this. And
They're like, this is bullshit.
yeah, so when Dib and Wayne arrived, they found the campsite same as RCMP had described it. Bart's tent had been knocked over. They were actually the ones to discover that his stuff was still there.
It wasn't like the Mounties, the police that discovered
They
it.
found next to nothing. They showed up and took notes.
Okay, another reason they're useless. Gotcha.
Yeah. And next day, Dib and Wayne turned their attention to Bart's inflatable boat. And so a whole day has passed. Nobody checked out the boat. Fucking Canadians. They crossed the lake and found another clue just a short distance from the water's edge. They discovered Bart's bow and quiver leaning against a tree, just propped up like it had been left there. Nearby was a dry bag filled with food, and then a camouflage face mask, his, but stained with blood and bits of hair in the mask.
That's weird.
Yeah. So yeah, the blood, everything else.
His hair? Whose hair?
Presumably his hair. I never.
His beard hairs because of his thick, manly beard.
I never found out one way or the other. It doesn't sound like it was disputed. It was his.
Okay. What if it was pubes?
Why?
I was about to say the same thing. Why?
Why?
So walk me through that
Because
one.
that would be weird.
The fuck is Smokey the Bear getting into in these situations?
Did they check?
Oh, I am.
He's like, oh, it was pubes.
No, I am so sorry. I got ahead of myself. The first set of Mounties was 6. It was the next couple of days where it was 12. Yes.
I was very concerned.
They doubled their efforts.
Yes, literally. And but when it was the 12 people, it wasn't even 12 Mounties. It was just 12 people. So some Mounties, some conversation officers. Conservation officers. Thank you. I'm getting heated because of the Canadians. Conservation officers, and then just some regular Joe Schmoes off the street. Concerned people. Those are okay Canadians. Anyway,
if this makes you mad, you should look into some of the missing Indigenous women cases in the United States, also in Canada.
yeah, I've seen some of them.
Oh, the Canadian re-education camps were always the fun ones. We're not even going there. That's a whole other topic that pissed me right off.
We should do that topic one of these days.
If you want to hear me go full bit on somebody, yeah, sure. I'll go full bit on Canada.
Let's do it.
Indubitably. So where to leave off? Oh, yeah, bits of hair, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, now the search party has grown to 12. Not much a party, as much of a gathering.
12 people.
Yeah, that was 3 weeks. 3 weeks later, that it came up to 12, and that was due to finding the mask. Mm-hmm. So already the RCMP had basically written him off as basically, well, he's dead, so
damn, that's cold.
Not much we can do.
That's cold
before the mask. And it's just like I want to get back and watch hockey as soon as possible and just get done with this.
I want to watch my soaps.
Yeah. I believe in Canada they pronounce it soups. But so nearby searchers found wolf scat, contained no human remains, no human clothing. And then as far as it being a bear attack, and also somebody who knows what to do, how to camp, how to avoid these creatures, doesn't resemble a bear attack whatsoever. I found out during the research that I didn't know this, but bears actually cache their food.
Yeah,
so first off,
the
big thing about bears is they don't kill you right away.
Terrifying.
Yeah, they don't care. They don't kill you right away.
Unless you piss it off.
Yeah, like a mountain lion or something like that. They're just going in for the meat.
Well,
They want you to suffer. They say the meat is sweeter.
They're sealing it. They're sealing in the freshness,
pretty much.
And but once they're done for that instance, that moment, they cache their food. None of that. none of his dry bag food was disturbed whatsoever, and not all of his food was canned. So a bear would have any predator would have very easily detected it.
Right.
This didn't happen here.
Where was his backpack again? It was at the camp?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It's so strange that he would get on the boat if he was planning on going into the woods, that he would get on his boat without his stuff.
Who says he got on his boat?
Well, if that's like the
right. But that's where I go with it. Is who says that he got on his boat?
But like if that's what they're thinking happened, it's like then explain why he went without his bear mace. You know, like explain why he went without his stuff.
Yeah, none of it makes sense.
Yeah,
none of it. So the 12 bounties, blah blah blah. So then they organized a grid search. Finally, during their search, they discovered Bart's camouflage baseball cap, his camouflage pants, his camera, and part of his skull. Oh. And his remains were located under a spruce tree lying on a patch of moss. They were able to identify him through his teeth, as little else of his body had survived the wilderness.
How far away was this from his camp?
I did not write that down, unfortunately. I went on a tirade, so there's some stuff I missed.
Let me see if I can find it.
So there, no evidence about the bear, a bear caching its food, anything like that. And again, he would know what to do. Oh, Yukon Conservation Officer Kevin Johnstone, a bear expert, a Berkspert, if you will.
Yes,
was one of the ones that said that this isn't bears. That's not what happened here. And more or less kind of comes down to nobody knows. Then the RCMP did the most useless thing possibly, other than showing up. I'm just gonna bring this up here. They wanted to do an aerial search of that.
Can't see that far.
Neither can they.
It's just green. Okay. You'd have better luck finding Pablo Escobar in Colombia from the air. Fucking nothingness.
Yeah,
it's the Yukon. We know what the Yukon is.
How would you find any? Yeah, what?
Yeah, so that was their next thing. And again, just giant amounts of write-offs with this whole thing. Nobody has a clue. But about just shy of 500 miles east of this, that being Reed Lakes.
So his remains were found. Okay, so where they found his bow and arrow was about 60 yards back in the woods from the boat, and where they found his remains were 60 meters or so from the bow and the spruce tree that it was leaning against. So that's how far it was.
Okay.
And you didn't see this. So about 500 miles east, just shy 500 miles east, that one, of this, because I went down this rabbit hole. Found another place in Canada I want to talk about real quick called the Nahanni Valley. It has another fun name. Headless Valley.
Oh.
Headless?
Headless.
That's fun.
Headless. Tapia, gone.
Okay.
So,
That's so well. You're like, Tapia, gone.
So, some gold, not mining as much as what you would call sifting in the rivers
Panning.
and whatnot. Yeah, panning. Not like a full blown production and whatnot, but some brothers went up there in the early 1900s, panning for gold. One brother, he got freaked out because their boat capsized.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
This whole thing, blah, blah. He never wanted to go back. They wanted to go back to get more gold because theirs went to the bottom of the river. Those brothers go up there. He thinks his brothers are just, and one other guy, and thinks that they're just killing it for like 2 years because they haven't heard from them. But again, 1900s, stuff moves slow, this and the other. So finally it goes up there. I got to check. I got to make sure everything's okay. They find their headless corpses. The two brothers, I forget what happened to the friend. They find their headless corpses. One of them reaching for his rifle and just clean off, right? So then we fast forward to Bart's was 2004. We fast forward to 2005 where something similar happened again in that same valley where two men Dave Horstay, I think it's something like that, and another man, Fred, I forget his last name. They were staying in a cabin. Somebody came to check on them. The owner of the cabin comes in to check on them. They just left. Now, the place was stocked with food and rifles, and they just up and left for some reason. Nobody found out why. But they found Dave's body with basically kind of looking like he died or exposure to the elements or something like that. But anyway, there was burns on his forearms for no explainable reason.
Oh boy.
Burnt up forearms for absolutely no reason.
That's the shit that I like. to
And
hear about.
again, they've never been able to determine
like
why
weird,
they left
random
the cabin.
shit.
But the RCMP strikes again with the write-offs of they're dead, and we're not going to put any resources into this whatsoever.
What do we give a shit? They're dead.
To the point that in 2018, one of the families and a local tribe, I forget which one, but a local tribe as recent as 2018 are begging them to reopen the case because they're not satisfied
that
with.
would be interesting.
I'm
to
sorry.
figure out what the hell happened.
They literally wrote off foul play with that one, even though you get this guy burnt up,
Okay.
and they have no reason why they left the cabin.
Yeah, that's real weird.
No
That's
forced
got,
entry or anything like that. Don't go to Canada. There's a reason their population is 30 million. They're killing their own. It's cannibals. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I was saying.
But
I was
no.
just going to say that's got like Dyatlov Pass kind of vibes. to it.
My theory with it, honestly, at least with Headless Valley, maybe Bart's thing and Reed Lakes. I honestly think maybe uncontacted tribe.
Oh yeah,
Oh, maybe.
Could
Very
be.
well.
That's
could be.
where, that's right. Not feral or anything. Like that. I mean, Senegal Island, and it does not help. It does not help that like a couple weeks ago, I watched this movie from I think it was like 2015, Bone Tomahawk. That is it is a fucked up movie. So fucked up. And it's like,
Boy.
it's like 45, 50 minutes of nothing happening. And it turned, not nothing, but story building, turning into, what the fuck is that?
Oh geez.
And yeah, it's a Kurt Russell movie. It was good. I only needed to watch it once. That's what I'll tell you.
Fair enough.
So I'll watch it.
What about like nomadic tribes also? Because I heard that's a thing in Canada.
Well, again, it's only 500 miles.
Yeah.
So like, I would not be surprised. You know, if and again with the way the Mounties, here's the conspiracy hat, with the way the Mounties treat it, I wouldn't be surprised if they fucking knew something and just want
Yeah,
to
maybe.
keep it on the down low. So I don't know, people visit the parks. Maybe they're feeding them. I don't fucking know.
Maybe they have an
Or feeding it.
agreement.
Feeding it,
They're giving
Yeah.
sacrifices.
maybe.
Oh,
So missing 411 all over again.
Maybe there's Mounties surrounding Bohemian Grove. Maybe, just maybe, the Canadian frogs are the gay ones. I don't know.
Follow the money.
God damn it.
Follow the money.
Follow the frog money.
Their money's not real.
In case you didn't know, they're turning the frogs gay.
But no, if I was putting my money on anything, I would not, after reading these stories specifically, and you still have people saying, that you can go on YouTube, and there's still people to this day saying that the Nahanni Valley is somewhere that they will never go again. I wouldn't be surprised. And if you look at the cliff faces of this thing, it is otherworldly. You look at it, so you go through this river, right? Second Gorge, I think, is what it was called at the time of the gold panners. And you go through the through the river and everything. You look up at the cliff faces, and there's all these caves, essentially, where it just looks like something staring at you. And
That's weird.
Yeah, I'm
like,
straight.
It's like
I wanna go there.
it's like a horror movie version of the Anasazi people,
Oh boy.
the cliff dwellers.
Yeah.
So just imagine the cliff dwellers, but you're in a boat of hopelessness, staring up at these like tiny holes instead of like an actual cliff city.
A
Okay.
boat of hopelessness is how I'm going to describe my life the past couple of years. And on that note, just gonna
Quit
end-
playing with your dinghy.
all right, everybody.
Fucking Canada.
Yeah,
God.
there we go.
They talk so much shit about us. So much shit. And they can't fashion an actual search party.
Well, they may have free health care, but at least we'll see a doctor in the same month. So, on that note, I'm just going to go ahead and end this episode.
Got French people up there. Oh.
Those ones can't
Do not
disappear.
get me started on
There
that.
are, there are a lot of French people in
They
here.
don't even know what flag to salute to.
Fuck Montreal. Fuck
Here
those
they go.
frog leg sucking bastards.
Here, both of them go.
Like, I have been to
Sorry, I had
Montreal.
to do it.
Have you ever
God damn it,
watched one of them
Michelle.
talk? Their chin inflates like a fucking frog.
Had to mention
Like,
the
they don't
French.
even, they're not even real French people.
They're not real Canadians. They're barely people.
They're not
They're
people.
barely people.
They're like one step above communists.
They're barely people. They live in the lowest part of their country.
They want to succeed from their country.
They should. They should, because then we can go to war with them, and then we can have a real nice beach house
I mean,
for a month out of the year. They've had it too
fuck
good for too
Montreal.
long, ever since 1812. Way too good for way too long.
Anyway,
Yep. Gotta go ahead and end this episode now.
what's our time?
We're at an hour 25.
Oh shit. Okay.
So too
Yeah,
I
long.
gotta go.
Anyways, thanks for jumping on the episode, Misha. It was fun to have you here
Hell yeah.
again.
Anytime.
We'll do it again. Like I said, we're probably going to do another Deadly Women episode eventually.
Yeah.
Since you're down the street, Big Cat's down the street, we might as well do it again.
Yep.
While it's convenient for everybody except for B. So
Damn it.
you'll be fine.
Ben, you got to drive me here anyway.
No, I don't.
What?
No, I fucking
He's not
don't.
your chauffeur. Anyways,
It's gonna be missing 412.
missing 219.
Yeah.
Oh, we can start a series.
Oh no.
That's gonna be a depressing ass
Oh
series.
jeez.
Right?
Okay. Anyway.
it's not.
Jeez. All right. So where was I? Oh yeah. If you made it this far in the episode, thanks for sticking out with us. Please give us a like and follow on your favorite social media. Hit us up on social media as well if you have any episodes you would like to hear us do. Please give us a share, give us a follow, give us a rating too, by the way. It's been a while since it's been rated on anything, so that'd be pretty tight. Other than that, we appreciate you all giving us a listen. Check out our merch, and y'all be cool.
Bye.
Bye.